Like, can we just talk about the like political and economic state of the world right now? Like, oh my
Hell
god.
no, man.
Who is Prod Supreme? Prod Supreme, as I would describe it, is 19-year-old music producer from California, Orange County, and just something I started when I was 14. I remember when I first started, I was doing on like a shitty laptop. That was it basically. I would say after almost 5 years actually of producing, I'm at a point now where I'm very comfortable with what I'm doing and consider this definitely to be my job. How many monthly listeners do you have on Spotify? I have around, I think it's 123,000 monthly listeners. I mainly dedicate all those monthly listeners to one specific song, Trauma by After Death. Shout out After Death, he's the homie. Like, I'm getting all those monthly listeners from that one specific song. And I honestly gotta thank After Death for even, letting me put the song back up. Long story short, it got taken down, but we put it back up and it's doing crazy. And yeah, shout out After Death, bro. He the bro for that. Why did you start producing music? It was mainly out of pure boredom. It was something that I wanted to do kind of like out of nowhere, just kind of like going and listening to music and then eventually finding out type beats on YouTube. I remember the first ever type beat I heard was, I think, a Playboy Cardi ASAP Rocky type beat. And I just kind of want to make beats at that point. It was kind of like out of nowhere, basically. So it was kind of cool. What are your thoughts on the political and economic state of the world? Fucking Jaden Smith. Like, can we just talk about the like political and economic state of the world right now? Like, oh my god. I remember seeing it for the first time. I thought, oh my god, I cringed when I heard that, bro. He was kind of trying to like say that like other people his age were like kind of wild and out of control, and then he's just like, oh my god, can we just talk about something like important? Like, bro, that shit was kind of cringe to me. What's the best advice you ever received? Oh man, I would say from my dad, actually. My dad, he would always kind of like give me motivation and always push me to do things, and I love him for that. One time he told me some advice because I remember telling him at one point that I wanted to make beats. I wanted to be a producer, and I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to make producing my job. There was times in my life where I wanted to quit because I felt like it was going nowhere. And I remember him telling me, saying, if I quit now, it's going to destroy me later on in my life. It's going to be something that I'm going to regret for the rest of my life. And he would tell me, if you continue it, who knows, maybe you'll get super big to the point where you're like a mainstream producer. Everyone knows your name. But if you give up now, no one's going to remember you, which is something I always think back to whenever I'm feeling down or not motivated to work. I always think of that. And I'm like, yeah, I want that to push me to work harder than I did before. What advice do you have for young producers? For young producers, I would have to say to just be consistent. Keep uploading beats like consistently. During lockdown, I was uploading beats like basically every single day. They were not like crazy beats like Baby Santana beats or Slump Success beats or anything like that, because those weren't really a thing back then. I was kind of like making a bunch of like Comethazine, XXXTentacion, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp type beats, basically 2017 Florida rapper beats. There was sometimes where I would post like 2 or 3 beats a day, but it was like rarely. But the majority of the time I was uploading a beat like once every day. But definitely be consistent. And also, one thing is for sure, when it comes to working with your beats, you want to make sure that they're very like good quality. Like for me, when I listen to my beats, I always want to make sure that they sound as good as possible. And for that, it was because I would watch a ton of Internet Money and Busy Work Beats tutorials back in like 2018, 2019, because I had no idea what I was doing. I was starting with the mindset of not knowing what I was doing. Definitely something that you could learn for sure. Who do you want to work with? Person that I want to work with a lot, and it's been on my mind for years now, bro, is Snot, bro. I remember getting put onto his music back in 2019. I remember first hearing it and I wasn't really messing with it, not because like his voice or anything, but it was because of like the lyrics. It sounded like different. Like he would rhyme stuff kind of like brick, lick, blick, and then car. Like kind of like a 3-bar rhyme scheme, and then the 4th one wouldn't rhyme, and it kind of threw me off a lot. And then listening back to his music like a month later, I actually started liking it way more than I first did. And then I kind of wanted to start making beats directly based off of his music, but also during this time I was still doing like South Florida type beats as well. But during this time I was starting to appeal more into his music, and I started fucking with it more. And then when I started seeing him get bigger and bigger, it was like, damn, bro, like this man really grew fast. And he was like one of the very few SoundCloud rappers left, which is crazy. But definitely is an artist I want to work with. Like I've wanted to work with that man for like a long ass time, bro. If I can get a song with him, bro, produced by me, my life is complete, bro. My life is complete. Then I can try to focus on some other stuff. But for now, that is the main artist who I'm trying to work with and get a song with. Why do you go live so much? The reason why I go live so much, this is actually an interesting question. I like connecting with, you know, my supporters, the people who follow me on Instagram and all that. I like connecting with those people, even though sometimes I may not get like, sometimes I get like 15, 20 people joining in my live, and sometimes I only get 8 people. I still like the feeling of connecting with those people, because then again, these are people who do support me and do, you know, fuck with me for a reason. They wouldn't, you know, join my live for no reason. They join in because, you know, I want to go talk to them. I want to, you know, have a good time with them, show them, you know, some unreleased stuff that I got, like beats or maybe even songs or whatever. And yeah, I kind of honestly like it a lot. What is your favorite song that you made? My favorite song? Oh, that's a good question. I would say Guap, but it's like, I mean, that's the biggest one. I don't want to say Guap. It definitely has to be a West Side Story from Lil Bubblegum and Cisco. Mainly just because that song was the first song that I've ever made with Cisco and Lil Bubblegum in person. Like that was the first song I ever made with them in person. And I remember it was in LA. We were at like an apartment with music equipment, and I had some beats ready on my USB flash drive. I actually didn't have a laptop at that time. And I was working with some of the samples I had in there. One of them, as soon as I finished it, because I made the beat in like 30 seconds. I'm not 30 seconds, 30 minutes. 30 seconds would be impossible, but 30 minutes. I made that beat in 30 minutes. And then while making it, I see Lil Bubblegum and Cisco, they're both writing to the beat. And I'm like, damn, that was fast. I didn't even finish the damn thing. I didn't even layer it out, and they're already writing to it. And it was crazy because as soon as we finished it, started rapping on it, and months later, we released it, and West Side Story just kind of, I wouldn't say blew up, but it got pretty big. I mean, it has like a couple million views online. So definitely, it's one of my favorite songs that I've done for sure. What do you hate being asked? What do I hate being asked? People who go into my DMs and just out of nowhere while I'm talking to them, they try to like, you know, just show me their SoundCloud and be like, yo, bro, real quick, can you like check this out? I just, this is a new song that I posted on my SoundCloud, and I just want you to check it out. And I'm just like, cause it would be me and this other person, we just talking, right? We just, you know, talking about whatever. And then out of nowhere, he's like, can you like listen to my song and just tell me what you think of it? And basically SoundCloud promoting. And I find it kind of annoying sometimes. And I kind of hate being asked like, oh, would you check out my song on SoundCloud? Because it gets to a point where it's like, bro, I don't really want to. Like it could be really good, like your song could be really good, but it's just, I don't like how people would ask in a way where it's kind of like, bro, please listen to it. If you don't listen to it, then I'm gonna make you feel guilty, basically. And I've always had people go into my DMs a lot and say, yo, check out this song with this, and sometimes it wouldn't even be with my own beat, you feel me? It could just be with a different beat and just be like, yo, check it out, bro. So definitely I hate when I get asked to kind of basically start listening to someone's music when it was out of nowhere. They asked out of nowhere, or they just kind of like promote it just right away. They don't even respond with any messages. They just say, yo, check out my SoundCloud, check out my new song. Definitely I hate when I get asked to listen to songs. Like, I'm not promoting music, I'm making music, you feel me? Can you please check out Next to Pop's SoundCloud? Hell no, bro. You should have not asked me that. Oh my god, bro. Check out my SoundCloud. Bro, that's the thing, bro. Because there would be people who actually send me this shit, and they'd be like, ask me, can you check out my SoundCloud? I'm just like, bro, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. All right, so let's see. So what's the story behind this? Yo, AV, daddy, happy B-Day. You finally turned 18. You see, man, me, AV, we got a little thing going on. We like this, bro. We locked in like this, you feel me? We got a little thing going on. He don't want to tell nobody, bro. We got to keep it on the low, you feel me? But basically, this man, he bought me an $8,000 engagement ring. He leaned down on one knee. We're at the Santa Monica Pier, and he said, would you want to be with me and make me the happiest person ever? I told him, fuck no. Get that shit out of my face. I took the ring and I left. And he doesn't want to talk about it. We got a little just a little thing going on. I don't want to speak too much on it. AV, if you want to speak on it, if you've seen this, if you want to speak on it, go for it, man. But nah, it's just basically us just being sus with each other. What's next for Prod Supreme in 2023? For Supreme in 2023, I would say has to be make more beats, get more placements. I want to be able to get like a placement with like an industry artist, bro. So yeah, more beats to be made, more placements, and I want to work on like, you know, more projects with my homies. You feel me? I got some stuff that I'm actually working on right now with my homies that are like kind of projects, but I don't want to speak too much on it because they're still unreleased. But that's definitely something I want to do in 2023. So work 10 times harder than I did in 2022. When is your next song coming out? The next song that's coming out is going to be produced by me. Maybe it might be with either Lil Bubblegum, Cisco, or Latoa. Either those three guys. But I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. But once we, you know, get the whole song finished and everything and plan a release date, finna drop some. You're gonna see a lot more songs produced by me. You feel me? So just be prepared, guys. What do you want to tell yourself in a year? Hopefully, you know, I've gone on a placement with a major artist. Hopefully, you know, I got, you know, way more beats sent out to, you know, my homies. We have like, I'm hoping we get a lot more songs basically out. I'm just hoping like the whole year we able to get like more songs in the future. You feel me? Like way more. And also industry songs. I want to be able to hopefully break into the industry as like the first aesthetic rap producer to kind of like push into the industry and start making beats also for big artists. Of course, I would work with the homies, but you know, I also want to be able to get some placements with mainstream artists because, you know, that's where the bag is at. You feel me? But but yeah, that's all the questions for it, guys. I'm just gonna say this right now. To find my name anywhere, basically almost everywhere actually. Let's say Instagram, Twitter. Instagram is just Prod Supreme, no spaces, one word, PRODSUPREME, no spaces. All right, and then Twitter, it's the same thing but with an underscore at the end. And then YouTube, Prod Supreme with a space. And then SoundCloud, Prod Supreme but with a $sign instead of an S. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you next to Pop for having me on here, bro. He's a GOAT, man. Love this man. Take care, guys.